Hey guys, we're going to go over some entries to the Osoto Atoshi we're working on for youth and teen MMA. And there's three main entries that we work on, okay? So one is the clubbing entry. We went over that in another video. It's like a lot of the sweeps we do. That's why we want to show it to you from standing. Okay, another one is from here. This is a really good clinch for MMA. It's called the over-under position, right? Miss Cora has an underhook on this side. I have an over position on her arm, and we have that same relationship on the other side. From here, a lot of times we'll pummel, right? It's just a little drill that wrestlers always do, right? Now, what we're looking for is to attack the closest leg, right? And to attack on the side that I have the over, right? So here I'm going to step to the side a little bit, and I fit in the throw, right? Just like the other time, I move the elbow out of the way, I fit in the throw. We can also do this one other way, okay? We need to remember that this throw is a lot of times taught with the gi, right? So Miss Cora be gripping my gi right here. So this is another great wrestler's clinch. We also see it in Thai boxing. You have the collar tie and the elbow, okay? So from here, we can also do the Osoto. Step to the side a little bit, come in, right? Step to the side a little bit and come in. Now, we can also do this one with a step, all right? So we can do any of these with a step. Miss Cora step forward, backward. So as Miss Cora is coming forward, I slide to the side, and there's my Atoshi, okay? So that's just kind of a follow-up video of some of the ways that we will be teaching as entries to our Osoto Atoshi in our Youth and Teen MMA program. All right? Thank you. Hey, everybody. Ms. Cora and I are going to be filming our yellow and orange belt requirements for our Youth and Teen MMA program. We're going to start off with the grappling, and we're going to go over our throw for this cycle, which is called Osoto Atoshi. Osoto means major outside in Japanese, so I'm just going to have Cora stand with her feet square, okay? So we want to attack. If they're square, we can attack either side, or we attack the forward foot, okay? But just here, the outside we're talking about is right here, okay? So, same thing here. Now, when we start grappling, there are barriers, and we have to get past them. And one thing we do a lot when we sweep is we will push somebody's elbow in like this, right? We do this on our butterfly sweeps, our scissor sweeps. So what we're going to do is we're going to start just like this. We're going to kind of be in a grappling position. I'm going to step, okay? And I call this the club, right? I go here on her head and I push in. That's the off balance. And I step in for the Osoto, getting around that elbow, okay? Now how we're going to do this in class is she has a foot forward, right? Here we're both standing technically in a southpaw stance. That's fine. We could both also stand in the orthodox stance. This is typically an offside technique, right? We usually in judo do it on this side, okay? So we attack what foot is forward is what we're going to remember is the student, okay? So Miss Cora, we're both in the orthodox stance. I'm going to step in. I'm going to club her here. I step with my outside foot. Now this foot comes up, and the Otoshi is here, all right? You want to be getting down. What happens, guys, is a lot of times when you throw somebody and they're turned away from you, they're taught to hip in to escape. And when they do that, you get some flat and side mount. Okay? Now turn back on your side, Miss Cora. When I come down, I put my hand here. That way, that kind of stops her from going to the turtle position, right? Try and go that way. See, her hips run into my elbow. It's a wedge. So that's how we can follow up with side control. So, Miss Cora, let's go ahead and do this side, right? This is how we typically do this in judo. Again, this is the on side for this technique, but this is a southpaw stance. So we're doing MMA, striking. This might feel a little awkward for some of us, but we need to remember, attack what foot is forward, right? And we can do that from a stance, or we can do that from square, okay? So here, look how that becomes my wedge. I go under her head. When she turns to get back, I've got her flat. Okay, let me say one more thing about the leg. Put that foot forward. Okay, even if I just have my toe on the mat, my big toe, the motion I'm doing with my leg is like a kickstart, like that, okay? So when I come in here, that's the motion we're looking for with our leg, like that. Okay, that's the Otoshi motion that we're looking for. Lots of ways we could use our leg to finish that technique, but that's the one that we are working on for this cycle. Okay, so that's Osoto Otoshi. Be sure you work on those details. Hey everybody, we're going to go ahead and go over Osoto Gari. In our last video for the yellow and orange belts, we were talking about Osoto Otoshi, sort of the kickstart action with our leg. A Gari is a reap. That's where we're attacking the back of their leg with the back of our leg and this sort of a motion, okay? So we've talked about some different entries that we can do. I'm going to start off from right here, okay? I want to step to the side a little bit, right? That draws weight onto her leg. Now I'm going to step around. Now look, see, I want to be in line with her. If this foot's back here, the throw's going to be a little awkward, okay? So I want this foot to be here. That's why we want to step around, okay? That's going to allow me on my second motion to get in where I want to be. Now the Gari action, again, is here, okay? So when we're here, I'm going to go Osoto Gari, and we're going to do a knee mount follow-up. Here, what I like to do is post my hand on the mat and lower my knee in, okay? This is, you can not have your hand on the mat, but we don't want to smush our training partners, right? And this is going to help us when we start going into the shin-in armbar for our next set of ranks, okay? I'm always thinking, we talked in the other video about going down to side mat, about putting our hand down to lower ourselves. So I'm always thinking about putting that hand on the mat as a wedge as well. So we're here over under position. I want to step around to the side here. And what happens a lot of times when you throw, people either do one of two things. Sometimes they turtle, but a lot of times the first action is they turn in. And when they do, I catch them flat right here. Now, in order to get points, if we're thinking like a jiu-jitsu tournament, we have to have our toes not on the mat like mine are now, but off the mat. That's why the post can help us not smash our training partner and still have a good position. Be sure we don't get too much of our weight out over here. We need to be able, with this position, to attack arms, the neck. There's some cool submissions from knee mount, and many of them are possible and options after we do this throw. Okay, so Osoto Gari this time with the knee on belly is the follow-up. Thanks. Okay guys, we're going to do Osoto Gari to the shin-in armbar. We're going to do collar elbow on this one, right? In different videos, we've covered different ways where we can just, without even being here, we could kind of do this preemptively. If we get stuck here, maybe we also are here, right? So those are our three entries for Osoto. We're going to do the collar and elbow here. So I'm going to do Gari. That's the one where we kick back and sort of lift them up with our leg. And we're going to do a shin-in armbar. So it's going to be important that we post with this hand, okay? So I'm going to kind of step to the side a little bit, right here. I come in, I reap, hand down, shin in, right? Most of my weight's on my hand, and I'm coming down. Now, I don't want people, students, to finish with their head and body over here. It's going to be easier for them to escape. One of their really common escapes is they will turn their arm and run out, and that one will be made a little easier if we are not on their hips like this. So what I do is we have an X with our legs, and we just lean back like that. She's ready to tap, okay? Also, you can control here and follow her pinky. That's the direction we want to push it. If her pinky was this way, that's the direction we'd want, okay? But still, look, I'm here. Over her legs, controlling her hips. A lot of the armbar escapes, you need to move your hips for. So that's why I want this. And also, I don't want to fall back in this position without having my leg over her head. So let's look at all that again. Okay, here, post, shin in, I go leg over, control the hips, armbar. And that's the shin and arm bar off of our Osoto judo throw. Thank you. Okay guys, we're gonna go over Osoto Geishi. Now, Geishi in Japanese means counter or reversal. Not all throws work in the same way, but the one we're working on right now, Osoto does. I would call it a 50-50 throw, meaning if I could throw you with that throw, you could throw me with the same throw. So what we're gonna do on this is, Miss Cora's gonna come in and try and Osoto me. I'm gonna Osoto her first, okay? We've been talking about a Toshi finish, Gari finish, right? And we've also talked about the arm bar, right? So this is the advanced ranks version. The black belts in our curriculum. Our students have been with us the longest, so we want us to kind of bring it all together, all right? We want you to be able to do a Toshi, Gari, the arm bar. We want you to be able to throw as a counter, right? That means somebody attacks you with Osoto, you throw them with Osoto, okay? So Miss Cora, go ahead and come in. She goes to her Osoto. I go first with Gari, shin and arm bar here, right? Let's remember our other follow-ups. Knee on belly, or just side mount, okay? And again, if you are our most advanced rank, you need to know all those things, right? We really just want you to get the Geishi concept down. That's what's new. That's what the other students aren't doing that you're doing, the Geishi. That means you hit them when they try to throw you, you hit them with it first. Let's look at that again. Miss Cora comes in. Here, I throw her first. Shin and arm bar. Remember to stay on their hips, right? Their pinky is where we're gonna find the arm bar, okay? That's Osoto Geishi. Thanks.